The conflict between Russia and Ukraine continues, with new developments unfolding on the 1084th day of the war. In Russia's Saratov region, a Ukrainian drone attack damaged an industrial facility. Ukrainian officials say the target was an oil refinery supplying fuel to Russian forces. No casualties were reported. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed its air defense units intercepted and destroyed 40 Ukrainian drones, including 18 over Saratov. Meanwhile, Russian forces say they have taken control of the Yesenov settlement in eastern Ukraine. Overnight, Kyiv reported that Russia launched 124 drones and 19 missiles, with Ukrainian air defenses shooting down 57 drones while 66 failed to reach their targets. In Ukraine's central Poltava region, Russian strikes damaged natural gas production facilities, prompting power restrictions, though no casualties were reported. In Poland, authorities say a Russian Sukhoi 24MR tactical bomber violated Polish airspace, flying over territorial waters for more than a minute. Russia's military attributed the incident to a navigation system failure. Additionally, in Russia's Kursk region, bomb disposal experts reportedly defused a French-made Scalp cruise missile. On the diplomatic front, former US President Donald Trump stated in an interview that he wants the billions spent on Ukraine to be secured, regardless of the country's future sovereignty. He also claimed Ukraine had essentially agreed to provide the US with $500 billion worth of rare earth minerals in exchange for support. Meanwhile, US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is set to visit Ukraine this week, with reports suggesting discussion on a potential rare earth minerals deal. US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth reaffirmed that the US has no plans to send troops to Ukraine, instead urging European allies to increase their defense spending. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy meanwhile suggested a potential land swap, proposing that Kyiv control areas of Russia's Kursk region be exchanged for Ukrainian territories occupied by Russian forces if negotiations were to take place. In Moscow, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov claimed that a significant population in Ukraine wants to be Russia. This statement comes just after Trump speculated on Ukraine's sovereignty. In another development, US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff helped secure the release of Mark Fogel, a US citizen detained in Russia, with Washington calling it a positive sign in efforts to resolve the conflict. The European Court of Human Rights ruled that Russia has imposed widespread restrictions on reporting, accusing Moscow of systematically suppressing dissent. Meanwhile, Ukraine's parliament has passed a law allowing its state nuclear power operator to purchase two Soviet-designed nuclear reactors from Bulgaria for the Khmelnytsky power plant.